Hello watch lovers around the world. Welcome to another episode at Hand.wound.horology. Apologies, it's been a while between drinks. I've been caught up with stuff outside of the watch world. Yes, I know, it's hard to believe there's life outside of watches. On today's episode, I'll be sharing with you what I believe are the best luxury sports watches for the average wrist size. I am of Asian descent, and depending how you want to look at it, I've either been blessed or cursed with a wrist on the smaller end. My wrist size measures in at 16.5 centimeters. I'm a positive person, so I see it as a good thing, as the small variation of watches are generally cheaper than their larger counterparts, which saves me a few bucks. This video was created for those having trouble deciding on what watch is best for them. But at the end of the day, you should buy what you love. After all, you will be the one seeing the watch on your wrist every day. I'll be listing the watches in order of price, from lowest to highest. I'll be sticking to one watch per brand. My main criteria will be case size, lug to lug, thickness, and of course the watch has to be visually appealing. Starting things off with Tudor. Both the Black Bay 58 and the Pelagos 39 would be my recommendation. But I don't have a Black Bay on hand, so we'll stick with the Peli 39. Tudor, more often than not, is seen as the entry watch into the luxuries segment. The P39 measures in at case size of 39mm, thickness of 11.8 and lug to lug of 37mm. This watch has great proportions, with a light weight to match. Made of grade 2 titanium, it is feather light on the wrist. It also comes with an additional rubber strap for those hot summer days. Adequate water resistance to make it suitable for most occasions. It has an in-house movement which is cost certified, meaning the accuracy is within -4 or plus seconds per day. You're getting a lot of watch for a relatively reasonable price. I like the bracelet which has the T-fit clasp, which lets you get the perfect fit every time. Having no date window gives the dial perfect symmetry. It has class-leading lume, which gives impressive nighttime legibility. The shiny bezel may not be for everyone. It takes away the tool watch appearance and gives it more of a fashion watch aesthetic. Being made of titanium, it feels too light on the wrist for my liking. The clasp is a bit long, which may mean it may not sit flush on everyone's wrist. Next up is the Panerai Luminal 40mm. Panerai has a reputation of being big and bulky watches, but I think this stereotype should well and truly be put to bed. They now offer luminals in a variety of sizes to suit all tastes. They even have a 38mm variation. The luminal comes with a case size of 40mm, thickness of 12.5 and lug to lug of 48mm. Prior to looking into the brand, I always thought they only made big watches, but this 40mm variation wears surprisingly well. It has an iconic and unique design that is unmistakably Panerai. The luminal has a cool sandwich dial construction, meaning the dial consists of two separate discs. The first being made entirely of luminescent material, while the top layer has index cutouts to allow the lume to glow through. This creates a cool stencil effect. The watch comes with two straps, one leather and one rubber. I love the silhouette of the watch. The cushion case gives it a pocket watch appearance, while the crown lock gives the watch an X factor to stand out from the competition. Having the small seconds at 9 o'clock with the 3 o'clock date window gives the dial balance. The blue seconds hand give the watch a pop of color. The luminal features a simple and easy to use quick strap change system, which will save you hours of sweat and tears changing straps. No more scratched lugs. Some things to keep in mind if you're considering this watch. It does not have hacking seconds. There are no minute markers for those OCD people that need to set the time to the exact minute and seconds. Having a cushion case shape makes it wear slightly larger than a normal 40mm watch. This is because it has more surface area than the standard circular watch. One of the most compact and iconic chronographs on the market, the Zenith El Primero Chronomaster Original. The Chronomaster comes in with a case size of 38mm, thickness of 13mm and lug to lug of 48mm. In my opinion, this piece is Zenith's flagship model. The iconic tri-coloured subdials are a sight to behold, though it does kind of remind me of Mickey Mouse, which is definitely not a bad thing. This is the thickest watch on my list, but most of the thickness is attributed to the domed crystal. This watch wears great on my 16.5cm wrist, one of the first automatic chronograph movements released, containing the groundbreaking El Primero caliber, which took 7 years of development. High frequency of 36,000 vibrations per hour. It has a cool party trick of a 1/10 of a second chronograph function. Perhaps useless, but cool nonetheless. We are now approaching unobtainable Grail dream watch territory, the Rolex GMT. In my opinion, one of the best well-rounded watches on the market, with its beautiful bi-coloured bezel and wearable size. This watch is ideal for most wrist sizes, except maybe if you have a wrist proportion of John Cena, who makes the watch look like a bangle. The GMT measures in with a case size of 40mm, a thickness of 12 and lug to lug of 48mm. In my opinion, the best sports model available in the Rolex catalogue. It has a bi-directional ceramic bezel coloured in a handsome blue and black. Being ceramic, for better or worse, it will never fade over time. It has probably the most useful watch complication on the market, the GMT, which allows you to track up to 3 time zones simultaneously, making the breeze to track the time zones of your loved ones or your mistress in another country. The only downside I can think of for this watch would be the polished inner links of the bracelet. Although it looks beautiful, it will be prone to scratches. Next on the list is the recently released IWC Ingenieur. This is a redesign of the original watch, which was released back in 1976. The original was designed by the man, myth and legend Mr. Double G Gerald Genta. The new Ingenieur has been slightly tweaked for the modern market. The Ingenieur's proportions are case size 40mm, thickness of 10.8 and lug to lug of 46mm. We all know integrated bracelet watches wear slightly larger than their case dimension. This is due to the first link flaring out. However, with the Ingenieur and its new design, the first link slopes straight down, shortening the lug to lug, resulting in an ergonomical and super wearable watch. The dial features a unique grid pattern of perpendicular lines, which results in a very eye-catching finish. The date window also has a 0 in front of the single-digit dates, which is something you don't see every day. Apparently, the reason for this is because that's how engineers write numbers. Can anyone confirm or debunk this? If you have even more money to burn, you can consider opting for the titanium version, which will set you back a few more thousand. Some things to note. Many consider the movement not completely in-house, and the same movement can be found in other Richemont watches for a fraction of the price. Speaking about the price, the watch received much criticism for its steep pricing, many believing the watch's overall internals, fit and finish not justifying the price tag. Now for the big daddy of all watches, quite possibly the most beautiful and elegant sports watch out there, the Patek Philippe Nautilus, my favourite reference being the 5712. If I was to ever have an exit watch in this hobby, this one would be it. But as we all know, we would have better luck getting blood out of a stone than getting allocated this piece from the boutique. The 5712 measures in with a case size of 40mm, a thickness of 8.52 and lug to lug of 48mm. There's not much to be said about this watch that we don't already know. At first glance, the dial seems like a complete mess. However, when we look at it as a whole, it works so well together. The dial consists of horizontally embossed lining. Complications include power reserve indicator, date by hand, moon phase and small seconds. Having a thickness of only 8mm, this watch melts on the wrist. The bracelet tapers elegantly and has an easy to use quick adjustment system. It wears like a glove and is probably one of the most comfortable watches I've ever tried on. Last but not least, the newly announced Piaget Polo 79. I know it may seem like an odd choice, but it is technically classified as an elegant sports watch. I was first attracted to the watch after seeing the original version on Stallone's wrist in Tulsa Kings. Ever since then, I've been infatuated with the watch. This is the kind of FU and disrespect everyone in the room watch. I think everyone needs one of these in their collection. Measurement wise for the Piaget Polo 79, case size is 38mm, thickness is an impressive 7.5mm, lug to lug unknown. This choice may not be for everyone. All my friends and family have described this watch as ugly, overnight millionaire or old man's watch. But I love it. I recently had the chance to view this watch in person and I was blown away. The brushed and polished interchanging finishing on the watch gives it a very special look. Being super slim and compact, it sits very nice on my wrist. This watch looks like a work of art. It has no bad angles. It looks like it was pulled straight out of the advertising prints. I feel it should be displayed on the wall of a museum instead of being worn on the wrist. The only thing that bugged me about the watch is the off-center crown, and it would have been nice if the clasp had some Piaget branding on it, but that might break the seamlessness of the piece. Thanks for watching until the end. So there you have it folks. This is my list of the best luxury watches for us small wrist folk. So what do you think of my list? Do you not agree? Or did I miss something on the list? Would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. As always, if you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe. Until next time, happy watch collecting.